Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgrade2life.com and welcome to this quote of the week video, which will also touch base on the topic of letting go. And I hear this many times, people say this to me, they ask, okay, like when do I know that I can now let go of the old state? You know, I visualized, I imagined, I went into my desired state, right now I'm on a journey of manifesting, I experienced the end, I internally experienced the desire as being fulfilled. So how do I know that I can let go? But what I want to point out with this quote here, and also Neville said this, is that letting go of the old state, right, of your current circumstances, of what you're identified with right now, in order to make the new state alive, where you can manifest the things that you want to experience in your life, letting go is a result. It's a byproduct. It's something that happens natural as a result of you making the new state alive. So it's not something that you have to put energy to and be like, okay, now I have to let go. Now I just ignored, I imagined it enough, I let go. No, you actually can't do that. The desire will come up again and again as long as it takes for you to be in the wish fulfilled. Only then you will have let go of the old state. But let me get into all of that in this quote. Okay, so here we go. This is what Neville said. The nature of manifestation is determined by the state of consciousness in which I dwell. I am always drawing into my world that which I am conscious of being. If you are dissatisfied with your present expression of life, then you must be born again. Rebirth is dropping off that level with which you are dissatisfied and rising to that level of consciousness which you desire to express and possess. You cannot serve two masters or opposing states of consciousness at the same time. And now, taking your attention from one state and placing it upon the other, you die to the one from which you have taken it, and you live and express the one with which you are united. Okay? Core element here, very important quote. Let's just go through it step by step. Right? In the first sentence, you hear me say this over and over again, but that's just the truth, right? The core sentence sums up manifestation, right? Neville said that the nature of manifestation, how it works, right, basically is determined by the state of consciousness in which I dwell, right? We express states. If you are in the state of someone that's, unloved, unwanted, poor, lonely, single, not in a relationship, that struggles, manifestation is difficult, that is how you will perceive life. That is what you will get reflected back. This is what your life experience is going to look like, right? If someone is in the state of confidence, being wanted, being in his desired relationship, being financially stable, being healthy, that is how this person has experienced life, right? But you are not the state. It's simply just, you just express the state that you're identified with. And because of that, you can, if you don't like your current state, shift out of it and go into your desired state, right? You always express the state. Life shows you back what you have identified with, who you are internally. Okay, that's a key point. So I'm always drawing into my world that which I am conscious of being, right? Very simple. That is why the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's not because of any, bad law or secret thing and that this is, unfair. No, it's simply poor people, they are aware of poverty. They are aware of not having enough. They are aware of lack. And because what they are aware of, like the state that they're in, they just get reflected back more of the same. Whereas rich people, right, they're just in the state of being rich in financial abundance. It's not that they possess more power. They just are identified with another internal arrangement. They're conscious of wealth, money, abundance, and then just get reflected back more of that. It's super easy, right? And that you draw into your world that which you are conscious of being. And that is why if you're right now, for example, ill and you want to be healthy, then that means right now you are aware of the illness and the symptoms. But if you take your awareness away from these current circumstances and you place your awareness on what you want to have, which is health, you let other people see you as healthy. And what does it mean, taking your awareness from what is and placing it in what you want to have? That is imagination, right? That is imagining something that is not yet manifested. That is like in the unseen reality. So you take your attention away from what is, you place it on what you want instead, and therefore you make this alive, right? You identified with that. So if you're dissatisfied with your present expression of life in all life areas, right? That can be in relationships, in health, in money, in business, with people, in your lifestyle, in what you do in your friendships, in everything, right? If you're dissatisfied with any expression in life, then you must be born again, meaning you must die to that old state and live in the new state, right? So you must drop the level of consciousness that you're currently identified with, and you must rise to the level of consciousness. You must identify with this new internal world, with this new identity, so that this can express in your life, right? And everything is a state, right? The state of you having this car, the state of you having your desired apartment, the state of you having your desired relationship. Already like you can already imagine that. You can already be aware of that. Alone the fact that you can even be aware of the wish in and of itself means that this does exist, that this is available, that this exists as a possibility. It only is not manifested currently because it is not your inner nature. It is not your internal natural state. You still look at it and see it separate from it. You still like hope for it and wish for it, which means you are not it yet. You are not it right now. But your life, like I always say, can only give you who you are right now. So that is why you have to shift into the state of the wish fulfilled, where you are who you want to be, where you have what you want to have. All right? And like Neville said, this is basic. Everyone understands this. This is super simple and very important. You cannot serve two masters, right? You cannot be in two states. You cannot be in that state and hope to experience the contents of that state. You cannot be in your living room and hope to experience the contents of your kitchen, right? It doesn't work. You have to go into that other room. The same here, right? Once you shift into that new state, once you shift into that new room of this infinite mansion of God, of this infinite creation that is available, a new snippet of experience opens up to you. So if you go from, poverty to wealth, it's not that you can still experience the contents of poverty. No, you have left that state. That state is still available. And if you become unaware again and unwittingly fall back into that state of poverty again, you will experience the contents of poverty again. But if you live more consciously and you only occupy the states that you want to make alive in your world, then it's very hard to go into undesirable states. And then therefore you make alive the states that you shifted into, right? So taking your attention from one state, taking your attention from the illness, from the symptoms, from the loneliness, from not being happily partnered in your desired relationship, from your business is struggling, from you have a boring lifestyle, and placing it on the state that you want to make alive, placing it on already being the version of yourself that you want to be, on having what you want to have, right? Therefore, like you automatically die to that old state, right? You die to the state from which you've taken your attention away, from which you've taken your focus away, because you're now only entertaining that what you want to have alive in your life and placing your attention on being that, on having that. And therefore, you express the state that you're now identified with. Super easy. Right now, you express this new internal world, this new internal alignment, this new internal identity, right? Because you live internally in the wish fulfilled. This is what Neville wanted to teach us here with this quote. All right. So that's very clear, very straight to the point. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions on that. If you want to go deeper, right, always check out the two links that I have also linked below. The first one is my free masterclass, a 30-minute video that gives you a straight insight into how the law of assumption works, how manifesting works, how you can apply it, what is relevant, what is important, where people go sideways. All right. And when you enter your name and email, you also get notified always when I upload new videos so that you don't forget them. And also, if you want to take all of these principles I share on the channel, right? Basically, Neville's teachings, the law of assumption, this evergreen, ever-working principle of as within, so without, what you have experienced within, who you are within, the state that you live internally in, that is what you get reflected back in your life. When you want to apply this step by step, have the framework, have the accountability, have the support, then you can just apply for a free 45-minute consultation with me just to figure out if we are a good fit. And if yes, amazing, let's go. And if no, that's also fine. And you can still learn on the channel and in your own way, right? So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I see you in the next video. Bye, guys.